What's that? Hey T-Rex, how you doing? Always here early. Good to see you. Nothing much is up. I planned on streaming yesterday, but unfortunately that kind of fell through because as soon as I got home from, I had to go to, you know it, baby, yeah. When I got home from, I had to go to Baltimore for a doctor's appointment, but I got home and basically just crashed, so I feel a little bit bad, but, you know, what can you do? Anyways, I'm here today. The plan was initially to play Monster Hunter yesterday and to do a bit of, hold on, let me change the lights here. The plan was to do Monster Hunter yesterday, and then today was going to be, Nier Replicant. But I decided it's been a little while since I've done Monster Hunter, so I'm going to prioritize that. I think we may actually be able to wrap up the first part of the game today. The basic story. Technically, the main story, everything after that is considered endgame or epilogue, but that's not really how Monster Hunter works. It's kind of a continuous story throughout, including when the DLC eventually drops. But we're in for some fun stuff, either way. But yeah, just finished dinner, had some orange chicken and rice. It was fucking delicious.
Say the word.
Yeah, I have took some time to upgrade my armor and things. This is the, what is it called? The fire octopus that we have fought, or that came out of it, out of the furnace, the new Udra. And I have made armor out of it. I'm still keeping my bone headpiece. I also decided to install some really basic decorations which add effects to your armor. Yeah, so things like Geologist, which lets me harvest more from ore veins. But other than that, I've basically just kind of done some really bare bones leveling up and collecting healing items. I should probably go ahead and restock. Restock. Yeah, how are things going for you? Oh, also, God, I both love and hate what I've done to my Palico. So, while my hunter looks somewhat reasonable, he's kind of got a theme going on. I have made what I can only describe as a sin for my Palico. It's going alright. That's good to hear. So what was initially a cute little cat creature has turned into, I can only describe as a sentient fluff ball with tentacles. Have you seen the other ending of RE9? No, I have not, actually.
Well, what can I do for you?
I suppose I could play through and watch it and see it again, see what's different, but at this point I've gone through, I've gotten infinite ammo, I've done most of the achievements and stuff. The only thing I really haven't done is an insane difficulty run. It's something. Yeah, from what I understand, spoilers, Leon gets fucking got. But I also hear that it's not really a boss fight, which makes it
Catch the latest news here.
disappointing. That's kind of what made it so I don't really want to play through it, is the fact that supposedly it just ends in a cutscene, and, you know, as cool as it is to give a bad ending in a game, or like choices like that, I find it a little bit meh
Ready
to
to
not
journey
really
beneath the
incentivize us going through it. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and
Right.
dive
Leave it
right
to me.
in. Last time we were exploring the frigid wastes.
This is the way down. Nata.
Trying to figure out the source of the life spire, or whatever it was.
I've dissolved the wyvern milk's bonds. What's
How the
here in the
fuck?
pouch is enough for formations of this size. This same substance at a higher purity and solidified is what makes Nata's pendant.
Ooh, I've seen the ending, and even though it's just a cutscene, I
sure
think it's
about
pretty good and
this?
very cinematic.
I
Alright,
have
maybe I'll
to.
check it out.
I have to see for myself.
Alright, kiddo.
All right.
The fucking Flavius
Recently,
just
a guardian
gooping
sentry
about
has
in the
been seen
background.
wandering the area ahead. If it finds you, there's no outrunning it. Be careful.
What if I don't
After
wanna
you've
run?
followed the path a ways, take the routes up to higher ground. You'll find sanctuary. You have the vision to walk a path my people never could. I wish you luck.
I'm gonna be real, the vision is very limited by my helmet.
Travel safely.
Of course. Alright, I do think I look pretty cool though. I take that with the knowledge that I don't have the game, and this is just from watching shorts about it. That's fair. Ooh, honey. Honey, honey.
This must be part of the land spine. Or was it the wormway?
It's like a big tree. I've never seen a place like this.
You know the wormway carries the dragon bitch's energy. So if it's converging here like this,
The Dragon Torch must be deep below us.
seems like a good theory. These must be those roots he told us to follow up.
So we're still not entirely sure what's down here.
Alright, let's
All
get
we know
ourselves
is that
set up.
Arkveld seems to be lurking. And it's not
There.
the source
Perfect.
of whatever energy is going crazy
Now,
in the land.
everyone, we will begin our survey of the Guardians here in Wyveria's middle stratum. Our ultimate objective is to determine where in the lower stratum
Pacific
Arkveld might
time,
have gone.
you, Eris, and
and
Ro are going to
why.
play Deforestation Simulator.
Okay,
We
so
were
where do we begin?
unfortunately yesterday
We'll start by
Ro
looking
was
for Spore,
unavailable, and then today
Arkvelds, or
Eris
any
was
Guardians we
unavailable.
can
So we'll
find.
see if we can do tomorrow.
Good plan. Let's get started then.
I'll stay here and hold down the fort. Come right
Yeah,
back if you
Ro
need anything.
has been playing on
Okay,
their own
everyone,
and
mount up.
possibly gotten addicted to it. So sooner rather than later. Been looking at the mechanics and stuff of what am I supposed to do? Oh, just hop on the sacred. Cool. Let's move. We've got a fun fight.
A sentry. I guess they really did create whatever creatures they needed.
They sure
So,
did.
what kind of monster do you think it could be?
Well, let's see. They would have a keen nose. enough mobility to navigate any terrain. It would maintain a broad territory, and by habit, pursue its prey relentlessly. At least, that's the sort of monster I'd put on guard.
Me and my friends always joked that when we were done with the game, the forest, it would just be called The. I mean, basically. He doesn't even have feet anymore. What have I done to this poor thing?
This is called the monster's spoor. Its shape, size, scent, and placement give us clues about the monster.
It's spore. You mean it's shit?
It's still fresh. Between the spore and the traits a sentry would require,
It's
we try to
whatever I
surmise our
have loaded my
target.
slingshot.
An Odegaran, probably a subspecies.
Ooh, fans of the series will know Odegaran, a returning
You're back.
Right, let's
enemy.
move quickly.
And one that has a pretty cool weapon set for dual blades that I do want to pick up. So I'm very thankful that they let us get it.
Anthony Odegaran! It really is a guardian!
Well, I'm kind of hesitant to say this is an easy fight. I will say that it telegraphs its moves very much, and if you've ever played a FromSoft game, especially Bloodborne and done the Chalice dungeons, where you have to fight some of the guard dog enemies. Game is a bit loud. As soon as it runs off the first time, I'll change that. For now, please just put up with it. As soon as I get a chance, I will change. Alright, he is moving, so let's go ahead and... Fuck, where was it just then? Do-do-do-do-do. I wonder if it's affected by my... try that. Is that a little bit better? I will admit that the game is quite loud, admittedly. Much, thank you. Awesome. Also, hello Blondie, welcome. Today we're going to be, hopefully, finishing up with, the first part of Monster Hunter Wilds. The first part of the story, anyway. Come back here. You don't get to run. Hi, Doshagama. Come here, buddy. But the Otogoron is a relatively simple fight, if I'm being honest. At least I feel it is. It's more or less just your typical RPG sort of dogfight. It has its lunges. It has a lot of running at you. Where it kind of gets interesting is its spins, and you'll see it turn its head to the side whenever it's planning to attack in that direction. And that's pretty much all you really have to keep an eye out for, is sort of where its head is pointing. And that will take care of most of the things that it can really do to you. There we go. It's all about angles and stuff, but it's still a pretty fun fight. It moves quick enough that it's never really boring. I think it's a great way to do a simple moveset while also keeping it fun. It's something, this may sound a bit weird, but it reminds me of Hollow Knight in that regard. If you've played that, the movesets and stuff for bosses are not particularly difficult until you get to like some of the DLC fights or late game stuff like Hollow Knight, the Radiance, Grim. But what they do is, in harder versions of those fights, they just speed them up. And that makes a huge difference on their complexity. Where's he going? Get back here. Silly goober. Now pet that dog. How you doing, Blondie? Or what's up? Nothing much. What about you? I realize you're talking to T-Rex, but I am also doing alright. Just had some really good orange chicken and rice. And making some progress on, like, medical stuff as well. Glad to hear, Doc. Yeah. Also glad to hear you're doing well. Why is it running? Usually, Otogoron is more aggressive, but this one has been a coward. like, I realize of all the monsters that I've shown off, this is probably the one that I have the most experience killing. Farming, either that or, what is his name? Jin, Dora, or whatever. The giant, ice one that we fought last time. These two are kind of the ones that I fought the most. But, you know, I don't think that's an excuse for him to run away. Come on. Come on, do some cool stuff. Whoop. Walked into that one. Yeah, he's just kind of a big doggo. Not particularly threatening. As long as you have decent equipment and stuff. Pretty easy. That being said, I suppose I am playing Dual Blades, which is all about agility, so I'm kind of a good matchup for fighting him already. It's still one of the more fun ones, just kind of not a lot to show off. Seeing if I can break his tail off, but the angles are a little bit off. Thankfully, my timing is off. As I get hit. There we go, there's the tail. And him. Ain't no thing. We're gonna go ahead and get all his bits and pieces. Good ship, lollipop is a sweet trip to a candy shop where bonbons play on the coast of a peppermint bay. Hello, Flavius. Let's go ahead and move on to the more exciting quest, because obviously we are... That was sort of a little teaser, a little warm-up for the cool stuff today. But as I was saying earlier, my health has taken a turn for the better. If you don't know, I received a debilitating concussion freshman year of high school, and ever since, I've had tons of side effects and stuff stemming from that. But slurp. We got another tentacly boy. But part of what happened was my pituitary gland was damaged and didn't excrete growth hormone, so we only mock him a little bit for it. Yeah, so I literally have brain damage. Concussions are truly awful. I'm glad you're doing better. What the fuck? Zhuwu? It's a
I don't think that's a guardian.
Mushroom?
No, it feeds on them.
Oh. Is Isn't that interesting? The Guardians don't need to feed, but what could possibly feed on Guardians? Also, it appears to be sort of stealth ambush-based.
It slipped into a crack again!
Don't let it blindside you!
Jiwoo has some of the funniest weapons and armor in the game.
Moving to a new area.
I will show you them, obviously, after we kill it. God, look how... There is no way he went 250 meters in the span of 0.5 seconds. Insanity. But yeah, my pituitary gland did not excrete growth hormone, which, you know, is responsible for the body's natural growth and stuff. And because it was around high school, a lot of, like, development stuff for my brain and body just did not happen. I still went through puberty normal, but to say that I have weak bones and my organs don't work properly is an understatement. So recently, I haven't been cleared for injections, but... Or sorry, I have been cleared for the injections of growth hormone, which should help a ton with, like, all of my medical conditions and stuff. But specifically, right now, we're having trouble with insurance. Reminds me of the lizard thing that Obi-Wan writes in Revenge of the Sith. I was just talking about Revenge of the Sith earlier today. Oh my god, you're so right. Ooh, is that poison? I actually really do like the look of that. Although I think New Udra, or whatever it's called, the fire one, I got that ball knowledge, yeah, is pretty boring, because it's literally just an octopus that's on fire. This one I think is a lot cooler. What the fuck? Where'd he go? See if I can cut off the tentacle. There's so much damage to it.
We'll have to compensate.
Don't forget, we can carve materials from Cyberpunk.
Back here! But yeah, you can see how much of a difference just actually having, like, armor that isn't basic bitch armor makes, in that I don't just take one hit and start taking massive what the fuck is that? Oh, I did manage to cut off one of its arms. Very nice. Ew, I got some CSF, cerebrospinal fluid. Grody. That's the, It's a really fascinating thing. I think I told you that I write horror stories and stuff. One of them involved a mad scientist altering the properties of cerebrospinal fluid. Doc, what's your rating for Requiem? 11 out of 10. Best Resident Evil. Like, I would normally, I have one complaint about it, and that is all. And that is that it's, everything that it sets out to do is impeccable, but the fact that it has to share styles, where half of it is like a really good horror game, and half of it is a really good, like, action horror, kind of, I kind of want to spend more time in both parts of it, and the fact that I have to go through one in order to get to the other is a bit of a downside, but not enough to actually ruin the experience because they balance it so well. So for that reason, I would probably say it's somewhere on par with the RE4 remake, but that is by no means a detraction. I consider them both to be incredible games. Ones that I can just sit down and play for hours on end. So, safe to say, I am still playing it, and I am still loving every second of it. Also, doing a speedrun as Leon. Leon's combat feels like it was made for speedrunning, if that makes sense. Like, the more aggressively you play as Leon, the cooler it feels. Oh, that was easy. I actually didn't upgrade my blades at all, so I'm a little confused. I think I may just be locking in today or something. Who's my favorite Resident Evil character? Ooh, that's a good question. There's so many good ones. I really like Barry just as, like, random supportive dad. I find that very funny in Resident Evil. Leon is really good with his just nonchalance and just like, yeah, I'll fucking handle it. Chris, admittedly, I'm not a huge fan of. I think he's kind of boring. Wesker's fun. Jill Valentine, I actually like quite a bit, but I feel like they sort of assassinated her character in Resident Evil 3 Remake, where they just kind of made her a bitch. They try to make her standoffish and like a cool female protagonist, but it doesn't come off as like self-reliant. It comes off as like trying to pick fights with everyone, and it got old very quickly.
Are you alright? You had back-to-back hunts like a
That being
champ.
said, the remake,
We came out of it with
Carlos, is
Let's
easily
return
one
to
of my
camp and plan our next
favorites.
move.
Because he just doesn't care about anything that's going on. Like, you'll be
That was
walking
something
through,
else. Who'd have expected a monster to
RPD,
prison guardians?
Raccoon City Police
It
Department,
didn't even hesitate.
and you come across one of the puzzle doors, and he just goes, now here's a weird fucking door.
It certainly
Or
didn't
if you
look
shoot
overnight.
the, dartboard in the STARS office, it'll be like, the kids still got it. He just has these little dumb quips that you just go, oh my god, I fucking love this moron.
Observing the guardians and their environments for
He's
sure.
great. Leon is great.
But I'd say that theory has some traction.
Claire Redfield.
And Arkveld has too.
I'm not sure if I like her because all of her games are good, or if all of her games are good because she's in it. She is the only character in the series that only appears in
We've driven off the
good
threat.
Resident Evil
Perhaps
games.
it's time we brave the lowest threat.
I'm game. Let's go.
God, who is my favorite? I feel like Hunk is still a favorite of mine because he is the antithesis of what Leon was. You know what? Yeah, I am going to talk about Hunk a little bit. It's been over a week since the game came out.
I'm ready to go when you
In Resident
Just say the
Evil
word.
2, Hunk was the exact opposite of Leon. Leon shows up for his first day. He's a rookie. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's in over his head. And on the opposite side, we have Hunk, a grizzled mercenary who is... It's not about survival. It's about a paycheck for him. He is very clearly working for the bad guys, but he is a skilled soldier being put through the same exact scenario and just dominating it, while Leon is afraid and in over his head. But by the time we reach Resident Evil 9, Leon has become a agent. He has saved the president's daughter. He has fought multiple biohazards. And even though Hunk has like a decade or two on him in terms of age, Leon is, by that point, I'd say they're both around evenly skilled. So I actually think that that was a great point for them to actually meet and face off. A lot of people, I think, are a little bit mad at Hunk's defeat, but I think that by this point, Leon has earned it. Because he went from a novice 20-something-year-old to he is now 50. He has seen so much shit. Fought the cult in 4. Literally survived like 2 apocalyptic scenarios in Resident Evil 6 and dealt with all of that bullshit that I basically barely want to talk about because 6 is a bit of a mess in terms of the story, trying to make it consistent, because essentially what it all boiled down to was Simmons wanted to bang Ada Wong, which, you know, fair, but instead of like just being normal about it, he decided to try and clone her using his wife as like a test subject, who then went rogue and tried to kill like the entire population of Earth, and then he framed Leon for it. But then they changed that in 9 so that actually the president was killed for looking into Raccoon City. But yeah, I think that was a good retcon. It makes it make a bit more sense. But I think that it makes sense that Hunk was beaten by Leon, and I think it was a really good way to bring him back. And if anybody was going to face Hunk, I'm glad it was Leon, because they've been through the exact same scenario, and were total opposites, fighting for different sides, different skill levels. Both have sort of had a mirrored journey. And when they finally met in Requiem, I think it was a satisfactory conclusion. And a lot of people are pointing out that there's like a hidden door and stuff in the room, and theories that Hunk is still alive because his body disappears. But I'm not entirely sold on that, because another one of my favorite games, BioShock, for a long time had a similar theory about the antagonist Andrew Ryan actually secretly being alive because there is a Vita chamber, one of the respawn chambers, in a hidden area underneath that the room where you kill him. So people are like, yeah, this was all according to his plan, but then he never came up again, so... Yep. Either way, are you ready for something really funny? So, the enemy we just faced, I already forget his name, is based... It's supposed to be like an assassin of some kind, right? The Zhu Wu. So all of the weapons that it's named after... Let's see, let's
What are we making
look.
today?
Is there one for dual blades? I don't think so. let's start with like.
What are we making today?
Great sword, is there a Zhuwu? Yeah. So all of these are named after famous assassins. Nihil, great sword. Is there a sword and shield?
What are we making today?
I want to see one. I know there's one that's named after Brutus,
Anything catch your eye?
who, of course, if you don't know, was a centurion who assassinated Caesar,
What are we making today?
Julius Caesar. Is it not Zhuwu? Hold on
What are we
a
making
minute.
today?
Hold on. Dual blades give off heavy Levi Ackerman energy. Yeah. But they're actually pre-Levi. Hold on, how do I look at... Oh no, I have to get to later in the story where I get the legendary versions. I'll tell you now the name of this weapon because it's fucking insane. So, think historical assassins, right? What are some that come to mind? And, you know, more importantly, what are some that you would not choose? I'll let that sit for a moment before I just drop in the ultimate bow for the Zhuwu's path. The guy who killed McKinley. Yeah, that'd probably be a bad one. But, so the name they went with is Book Wilth's Punisher, which is a reference to fucking John Wilkes Booth, the guy who shot Abraham Lincoln for freeing the slaves. I'm not fucking joking. The like fully upgraded bow is a reference to John Wilkes Booth, and that is the most insane fucking choice they could have gone with. As soon as you said Imagine Assassin, that was my first thought. Yeah, but typically people are like, okay, well, like, I guess Brutus or whatever his name was that killed Cleopatra, or like other ones like that. But yeah, John Wilkes Booth is definitely a well-known one. But the fact that they actually said, fuck it, we're gonna name a weapon, not even like just after John Wilkes Booth, but call it the Punisher, as if he was fucking justified, is insanity.
Archibald is just like any other monster now?
Like, darn, I can't believe Abraham Lincoln angered this actor by checks
That's
notes.
why we're going. To find out.
Emancipating the slaves and winning the Civil War?
Right.
Huh?
To the lower stratum.
It's an interesting choice by all stretches of
Hunter.
the imagination.
I've been thinking a lot about the Keepers and the Guardians. The wyvern milk kept the Guardians
Don't hurt yourself, Nada.
and chained up. But the Keepers have been changed too. The duty we've upheld for 1,000 years.
By
The
choice?
Archibald came and broke it all apart.
I
Freed itself with its own strength. It even learned to eat. It
Okay,
didn't
I
care
feel
how
like-
it was created. It just wanted to be free, to live.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but I feel like you're missing the whole, it's killing, like, several ecosystems and tried to kill you.
Lush forests, people, life.
Yeah, I'm all for the sanctity of the...
It's the chains that were holding me and my people back.
Dog, I'm sorry, you are not like Arkveld in the slightest. You are just some fucking kid. Calm down. I know you're going through that time of your life where you think you're all hot shit and stuff. You're not. Arkveld is a different beast altogether, and I don't think we can say that Arkveld is good or whatever. Yeah, it's going and it's being a good person and wants to live and it's cool, and then you're like, you get to this part and you just go, huh. But enough with that. Let's go ahead and watch the cutscene, eh?
I don't like this place at all.
So Nata, what were you saying about being like Arkveld? And how Arkveld just wants to be free?
Fresh.
Did it... all of them?
This isn't predatory behavior. It's destructive.
Really?
We can't let this go on.
There's no other way.
What
Well,
do you mean?
I guess I need some new boots.
Arkveld has become a threat to the continued existence of this ecosystem.
This ecosystem, I'm pretty sure,
Down.
it's been destroying several ecosystems by this point.
Please. Please!
Nata.
If anyone should be angry, it's me. And I hate that it
Yeah.
happened. But this is the first thing it ever got to decide for itself. To be free. To live strong. Please.
We're not having this fucking conversation, kid. Are you missing the literal pile of bodies?
It can't control itself.
The path we must take is clear.
Like, I appreciate that you've gone out and seen the world and you want to connect with
Continued
this
preservation of this
monster,
ecosystem.
Nata, but shut the
Guild
fuck up.
authorizes you to slay the Guardian Arkveld.
Acknowledged.
Alright. And with that,
No, please!
we have a duty complete.
There has to be another way! It finally got its chance to live!
Dude, it was fucking extinct. This is an extinct species. It needs to go back. Not to say it's not fucking radical. I love Arkveld's design so much.
Arkveld's lost control. It's gone berserk. Don't let your guard down.
You got it!
Oof. Already just immediately thrown off my fucking rhythm. Trying to remember what his actual movesets are. go. Timing on that. Good. Does that. Jump up. Slam. Very sharp whip attack. And then we'll drag it back. And then another. But we want to target his wings and his tail because they are what give him the most reach. Arkveld is I don't want to say surprisingly formidable, but he has surprisingly good range for what is essentially just a really angry dragon that runs straight at you. What's my favorite Resident Evil game? Good question. And it is currently put on hold because the word on the street is they are currently remaking it. My favorite is Resident Evil X Code Veronica. A game that also happens to star Claire Redfield and Chris Redfield. I guess that's sort of a spoiler, because Chris doesn't show up until late in the game. But he is... it is fascinating. It takes place entirely on an island. It's sort of the start of Wesker's whole, like, superpower thing. And I think is where the series really picked up. It's also one of the last, like, really survival horror-based Resident Evils. And I love it to death. But the word is that they are looking to remake it, and if they do, you bet your ass I am playing it day one and playing it religiously. But currently, I'd say that the one I have played the most is either Resident Evil 7 or Resident Evil 4 Remake. Sounds like War of the Worlds. The damn tripods. Foghorn. There you go. Start using your explosives more. The monster's horny, got it. Is that his tail? Did I already get his tail? Cool. Come on, dude. Make this a little more challenging. You're supposed to be like the big, cool, fuck off one. You wish Ethan survived so you could have him as a playable character in more games? Or do you like how his story went? God, no, I really didn't like the ending of 8. While I appreciate Chris getting some development, that was not the way to do it. Ethan was their fresh start character, and I think that killing him off after 2 games was a bold and foolish decision. Just honestly. especially with the whole mold powers, because what I initially thought was, the way Resident Evil 7 ends is that they drop Wesker's Samurai Edge down for Ethan. And I was certain that Ethan was going to be like a new agent for them, and essentially be similar to Wesker in terms of being like infected with the mold and having powers from it. Which I think would have been way more interesting than what we got, which is Dad Core, have you seen my wife? Have you seen my daughter? I'm just trying to not fucking die. Which, like, I get, and that's alright, but I feel like there was opportunity for more, they just didn't want to go with. So I think his story ended in an alright way, but the whole, like, self-sacrificial hero thing, it's not the first time they've done it, and that wasn't... Every time they do it, it feels kind of cheap for Resident Evil. It feels like, in a series where so many characters have just died and come back, it feels kind of weird to have them die from, like, silly things like that. Piers in RE6, as much as I didn't like him, I think his whole sacrifice thing was kind of dumb. If he had just actually died, it would have made more sense than the whole sacrifice, whatever bullshit. But Ethan is a very different character, one that kind of had potential to be more, and why they decided to get rid of him. And I realized, like, they've been trying to get more female characters, because if you don't know, Resident Evil's history with their female characters is hot fucking garbage, in that they seem to forget they have them. Ooh, I forgot about that. There we go, now we're on to his phase where he starts just constantly exploding things. This is still kind of a baby version of him. We'll fight stronger versions as we go. But story-wise, this is the one. There are no more. Cough, cough, wink, wink, until, you know, they need a reason to let us fight more of them. Yeah, Ethan Winters had the potential to go from, like, your everyman, just faceless, random dude who's in way over his head like he is in 7, which I loved, into being a extremely powerful force. Cough, cough, Sheva. Yeah, Sheva, Jill disappeared after 3.
Almost there.
People like to say Claire disappeared, but she really didn't. I guess she did for a while. She got Code Veronica, which, from what I understand, was actually meant to be Resident Evil 3. And it's also just one of the best fucking games in the series.
Leave this to me. Heals inbound.
Yes, please heal me. Sheva, Helena, Moira Burton, Jessica. All of these interesting characters, they have basically thrown to the wayside. We still don't know what happened to Ashley Graham. We don't know what happened to most characters. There have been so many characters that were just like one and done. Like, on one hand, I'm mad that Ethan died so quickly after like 2 games. But at the same time, it's surprising they actually gave him an end. Like, typically they just shove their characters in a closet and forget them. So actually having, like, a complete story for Ethan is refreshing. I just wish that they had put more thought on it. Opinions on Grace as a character? Fantastic. I love Grace. I can understand why some people might not like her, because the whole anxiety thing feels a little overplayed, but as someone with anxiety, no, they did a really good job covering her, and I really love how she is, despite constantly freaking the fuck out, she is very much willing to do whatever it takes to make sure things get done. One of the greatest examples is when Emily gets grabbed by Horse Girl Marie and taken into the mine. Grace can just straight up leave at that point, but decides that, no, you know, I'm going in after the unkillable nightmare monster that scares the shit out of me, because that would be the right thing to do. And I respect characters like that, that despite being freaked the fuck out, are willing to overcome that, because that's more akin to bravery, in my opinion, than just not being scared. I like it more when characters actually have to sort of overcome their fear. Awesome, because I've run out of healing. Being brave isn't not being afraid, it's being afraid and still doing it. Exactly. And that's what Grace really has going for her. I really like Grace. Grace is a much more interesting character than most of the others in the series, honestly. Much more grounded, less superhuman, boulder punching, whatnot. Leon also feels like he's earned the ability to be superhuman. Chris just one day kind of woke up and did steroids. Leon went from being a rookie cop to having like an entire training arc and montage, essentially. Yo, Flavius, you got, you got any heals for me, dog? I seem to have misplaced my potions. Yeah, I love the Resident Evil series. I've been with it for a while. I hadn't played it for myself until 7 released in, I think, 2017. So I came a bit late to it. There we go. In terms of actually playing, but I knew of it and I had followed the story up to that point. I really got into video games kind of later in my life. I think I was already like in my teens when I started playing video games and stuff. But I have very quickly developed a love for them. My spine. Cool. Yeah, but Resident Evil was one of those series that I loved, along with BioShock. I've always been late to playing popular video games because I'm always broke and only buy games while they're on sale. Now, I think that's a great way to go about it. I typically don't just buy a lot of video games. Typically, I buy like one that I know I will spend a long time with, or if it's a series that I love, I'm willing to buy it like day one, like Resident Evil. I know I'm going to enjoy it. So I bought Village and 9 day one, and I was not disappointed. Thankfully, they have not disappointed yet. But for other things that kind of like I'm more hesitant with, such as Silent Hill F or typically I'm more hesitant with purchases or spending full price on games. I'd much rather get them on sale or stuff. But I'm willing to set aside money to, if I know something I want is coming up, I'll put away a bit of money every week or so so that I can get it. I don't exactly have a lot of income from being a freelance video editor, but you know, it's enough to kind of get what I want, but I still mostly rely on family and stuff for housing, bills, that kind of thing. I'm still relatively young and haven't finished college yet, so there's only so much I can really do. But I get a bit of leeway in that regard. Which, you know, I'll capitalize on while it's available. I fully plan on being self-sufficient and everything, but for now I just kind of have to work with what I've got. So now that we have killed Nata's inner Sigma, or whatever the fuck he was trying to get into.
So, I'm confused. Why did Arkfeld come here?
Obviously. Good question.
This is where the Dragon Torch is supposed to be, right?
Oh yeah, we still don't know what the Dragon Torch is.
Powerful sources of elemental energy it could harvest.
And this was the mother lode?
Maybe, despite feeding, it still had impulses as a guardian. Either way, I guess we'll never know.
Or will we?
Energy source.
In a way, it's the very heart of this land's ecosystem.
I want to.
What is your rating of all the RE games?
It's the last piece of the puzzle.
You know, as much as I love
Heartfelt
Resident
disaster.
Evil, I think
need to
I'll
know.
wait till I next stream a Resident Evil game
Let's
to
look
really
for
go
it.
more in depth about the series. Because as much as I love Resident Evil, I am currently playing Monster Hunter. And I think
over
that
here.
it's a great series in its own regard. But now we get to talk a little bit about the lore of this game and Wyveria. What we know is it's an ancient city that created something called the Dragon's Torch, a source of limitless power, in order to combat a incredibly powerful foe called Fatalis, which is a massive dragon from earlier in the series
That's gotta be it, right?
that hates humanity so much it literally corrodes them.
It can't be.
Its scales are not regular scales. It has killed hundreds of hunters and turned their weapons into armor that it melds onto itself. Similar to how we kill monsters and then create armor from it, Fatalis kills hunters and turns their weapons and armor into its own. Fatalis is
Whatever
fucking
that thing
sick.
design it was, had looked
Not
ready
only
to
that,
awaken
but it
any
is,
moment.
as far as we know, immortal. You can only kill it for so long because it will
Wyveria
regenerate.
created it as their final line of defense.
This is the very
That's
guardian
sick as hell.
that doomed the capital.
We thought it fell dormant. But if it's been drawing energy directly from the Dragon Torch the whole
And
time,
We can't leave.
hunters that have made
Surely there's
armor
someone to
from
do
Fatalis
without
supposedly all
exception,
met,
a
like,
guardian cut off from
they
its
just kind of
energy
disappeared,
supply will die.
supposedly. But in truth, what happens
put a
is
stop
the
to the Dragon
armor
Torch,
is still technically
Xochitl
alive.
But
So when
Fatalis
Fatalis
is
starts
still the
regenerating,
energy
it
from
merges
Dragon
with the
Torch. If
hunter,
we stop it,
becoming a new Fatalis, corrupting them and turning them into a monster.
As we know it.
And
Tell me how
it
we can stop the
has
Dragon Torch.
destroyed several civilizations.
Nasa's pendant.
But
As part of
the
our deep knowledge of this energy, we possess a substance to counteract it.
what we know about Wyveria is that they developed some weapon to fight Fatalis, but it was so powerful it was the end of their civilization.
It was his father's role to stop the Dragon Torch in a time of crisis.
But we have just learned of this weapon's name. Something called Xochitl,
That's the trick.
which has been absorbing energy from the Dragon Torch for eons at this point and gaining more
Not
power.
That pendant is a memento from your father. What do you want to do?
So at this point, if it were to wake up, it could destroy everything we know in existence.
Power. And this land will be wiped out. The Keepers know the Torch and Guardians better than anyone. Advice would be welcome.
Us. Our forefathers knew little. As for us, we know as much as you.
How many of the Monster Hunter games have you
Simple
played?
observers have no right to
Only
decide
3 of
the
them.
fate of the world.
I started with
So-
Monster Hunter Rise, which
Someone has to.
I loved, especially the mobility system. They basically gave you a grappling hook that worked in midair.
My vote is to save as many lives as possible. We must stop the Dragon Torch.
Whoa, hold on. After we investigate. We don't have all the information.
You're idiots to throw it away. The world will never see such innovation again.
Says the man who has seen what these menaces are capable of. Or shall we wait for the worst?
Then let me study it, see how it works. Then do what you want.
Easy.
Easy's no word to just throw around. This will destroy their natural order.
Have you played
Their
Just
society
Cause
will be
3 before?
completely
Yes, I have.
uprooted.
But at least they won't
Just
be
Cause
dead.
3 is fantastic.
May be true.
I got it
but the
with
comparison's not that simple.
PlayStation
Seriously.
Plus
Like, what right do we
on
even
an
have?
old
We
account.
can't just
I don't
march
have
in
it
as
right now,
outsiders and decide.
but I caused some
Right.
chaos in it.
But we're running out of time. The lives involved take priority. It'll be my sword to fall on, and I will. I can take the pendant.
I'll do it. I'll stop the Dragon Torch.
Hey, there we go.
It's
Nata
what my
finally
father
stepping up.
wanted. This is my role.
I admire your resolve. Are you sure?
Olivia, let us take it from here.
We'll go with him.
So we have come
You're
to the
okay with
decision
that?
that we are going to cut off the energy source
Call on
that
me if I need.
Xochitl is feeding on to prevent it from becoming
I'll be
stronger. But at the same time, that means we will have to fight a calamity,
Tashin, wait here for me.
My boy.
a creature
I'll be
capable
okay.
of toppling kingdoms.
I'm a keeper too.
And, you know, in game, they're all like, oh my god, this is so dangerous. I wouldn't want to be the one to do this. Meanwhile, me in real life, I'm going, oh, hell yeah. The way Fatalis works in Monster Hunter, the one I was talking about before, Monster Hunter does actually have raid bosses as well, ones where you have to have several hunters going against it. In Monster Hunter World, I forget exactly how many you needed, but it was a big fight, and it was suitably epic and fun. Because Fatalis is not a small boy. Like, it makes the Jindahog, or I forget what its name is, the giant ice dragon we fought. Yeah, Jindahad, seem like a fucking toenail. Fatalis is huge, and it is so much fun to fight monsters in this game that are just colossal. I'm currently waiting for them to add some like that into this game, but yeah, you should look up Fatalis in Monster Hunter because it is really just sick. But we'll get into that more later. For now, we're gonna go ahead and eat, and then prepare to go and fight the final boss. I say the final boss, but really it's not. What is presented as the final boss? At this point in the game. Because Monster Hunter does a thing where it's several stories in one. But for the first arc of the game, Chapter 3, this will be our main antagonist, the big bad. I need to go ahead and make sure I have plenty of potions so I don't get frickin' wrecked. And then I am also going to run over to, where is my girl Gemma? There she is.
Just great.
Olivia said Nada showed resolve, but I'm not so sure that's what Nada's strength really is. Hey, be sure to check in on him, yeah? Must be feeling lots of things right now. Sure, but I'm a little bit annoyed with him. But for now, let's check out, we fought some new enemies. Let's see what new weapons we've got. The G Ebony tree gives us the Chthonian Kusarigama, which I think are some of the coolest fucking weapons in the game. They do dragon damage and have affinity or crit rate of 10%. Quite powerful. Or we have another dragon weapon, this time with a negative crit rate and a bit more attack, the Arkveld Veldian Harpies. Also pretty good. But I will be making the Chthonian Kusarigamas because I think they're cool. And I like cool things. Because the end game in Monster Hunter is not really power, but fashion, as in every RPG. Now, we also have options for crafting some new armor, now that we have defeated Arkveld, and it is one of the best looking armors in the game, in my opinion. But for now, let's take a look at the Guardian Ebony set that we get from the Odogoron. And you can see it is a sort of like Japanese, sort of like wolf spirit, sort of yokai look. Zhuwu is a sort of like sand eastern assassin garb, as well as like a dancer's attire. So it's pretty clear where they're sort of getting that from. And then one of my favorite sets in the game, the Arkveld armor, which I think looks best like this. I think it looks fucking sick. But yeah, this is the fashion move I will be grinding off screen in order to get this, because I think it looks awesome. But for now, we're gonna stick with our sort of lich, bony character
Hunter,
as we head into the final fight.
Xochitl will awaken, right?
Yep.
If it does, terrifying things might happen. This is my job as a keeper. It's what I'm supposed to do.
I'm gonna be so fucking real with you, Nata. You don't have a job.
Do it?
The keepers were like, no, we don't really know what the fuck our purpose was. We just kind of keep, like, some knowledge from the old world. They don't really do anything. The keepers kind of suck. And you're not some chosen one. You just happen to stumble into this.
We're almost there.
But at the same time, Nata is a kid, so you can kind of forgive him.
Arkveld, the Guardians, the Dragon Torch, and now Wyveria's secret weapon.
Yeah, an apocalyptic force.
Snapping on the sand ship deck.
That pack of Balahara was terrifying.
Nona really had a scare.
You were so cool, though.
You talking to me?
I was afraid of you at first.
Good.
Could I really trust a stranger who could cut down monsters like that to get me home? I really knew nothing then.
You still don't.
I didn't know that sand could be as thick as fog. I'd never seen someone laugh like Nona during the Season of Plenty. Sorry for not listening when we found Ray Dow.
The red water? Triple gangers?
A fire spring was so exciting.
It was. The culture in this game, the ecology and
We're
everything,
just trying our best.
they really
The
did such a
Guardians
good
do.
job of making it
Especially
feel
them.
like an adventure and
Before
finding
we
these
knew
different
you all,
cultures and
I really didn't
exploring
know
a
anything.
new area.
Nata.
It's time the Keepers see their mission through.
Again, what mission? But are you ready for some badass? We're about to aura farm, so I'll be quiet.
Won't take much to wake it up.
The Dragon Torch. To think that little pendant can stop it.
We don't have to do this. There's one other option.
Hunter, are you sure? Right. It's worth a shot, isn't it?
Yeah, let's do it!
Leave this to me.
Watch, Nata. This is what hunters do.
I will.
By my own order. I will slay Xochitl.
The voice does kind of detract from it, but we have essentially said, yeah, I know this is like a world-ending calamity, but wouldn't it be sick as fuck if I just killed it? Wouldn't that, like, what if we just skipped all the boring shit, like, planning and everything, and just, you know, killed it? And I just think that's kind of metal as hell. Also, the fact that we don't have the guild's permission to do this. We literally said, fuck the police, I want to fight me, a civilization-ending terror. Also, I love how far back the camera pans so that you actually have a view of him. Because as you can see, he is a big boy. I say as you can see, but really, you barely can. We are so much smaller than him. But yeah, despite everything, his first phase is really not all that tough. I know, crazy, right? His first phase is not all that tough. Who would have thought? You just kind of have to watch out for his AoEs. And keep moving. But it looks like some kind of weird xenomorph with that head. But something else you need to realize is this isn't actually what Xochitl looks like.
Crystals are regenerating. We need to attack them before that happens.
It's covered in dense crystals that are protecting it. So what we're seeing is essentially akin to armor. That will regenerate as we fight, unless we manage to do big damage in time. But yeah, it is quite difficult because it is constantly regenerating its armor, which limits the damage you can do. So we really want to focus on specific parts, and there we go! We finally see part of it. Ow! God, that has so much range. Come here, chicken. This is a beautiful design. It really is. I love the contrast of, like, the beautiful white crystals and, like, the smooth kind of cover it has. And then underneath, it's just this jagged, rough, spined menace. You really want to keep your weapon topped off as well, because if you're not hitting it hard, then you are wasting your time, because its armor will regenerate faster than you can damage it. And now it's starting to mix up its combos using the Wyvern, whatever powers from the land spine to cause those white explosions, along with its fire breath, and we start getting a little more chaos from it. I really do love this series because it's just, you know, other games are like, oh, you have to save the world and everything, and this game really is just, hey, you want to fight a big fuck-off dragon? We got you. And then you do. It's great. He's really not giving me all that much trouble. The first time I played through, this boss was incredibly difficult. But I'm sort of avoiding most of his bullshit right now. You notice that, despite all the hitting we've done, we have not managed to wound it even once. So, even with all of this, it is still a very big boy. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Oh, tell me why I never wanna hear you say fuck all this Oh my god. And now we get serious. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Oh, tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way. God, and now it's raining fire. No, please. And you can see that where it sets up the Wilk crystals, when it gets hit by a fire attack, they then have a delayed explosion where they also do bonus fire damage. It very quickly becomes an overwhelming fight if you are not constantly prepared for damage just coming out the wazoo. But thankfully, while my damage output may not be the highest with twin blades, it is very good for maneuvering and targeting weak spots and stuff. I remember when the fire alarm went off at school, me and my friends grouped up in the parking lot and sang that song. Such a good memory from a simpler time. For real. We have our opportunity dropping a fucking... Notice that it said ruin, so we literally just dropped a building on it, and it kind of just decided to get back up. What's up? Cheering on top was when my friends hate that song, so they were being tortured. Hell yeah. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. So something that I haven't really brought up is Demon Mode with the Ghoul Blades. Why it's so fantastic and I love it so much is, I think I've said before that this game is a little bit slow. For instance, this, when... Damn it. This is about as fast as you can move normally with your weapons out, but when I go Demon Mode, you notice that I am moving faster than when I have my weapons sheathed. So, it allows me to get around much quicker. And so aside from just spamming buttons, it also lets me not get caught in instant death abilities as much, which, you know, is pretty good in terms of abilities. It's nice to not just die. Oh, we managed to wound his... Bastard. Give me that. Give me that wing.
That must be... No, there's no way.
Get me out of here! Get me out of here! Behold Zoshia. Look at this motherfucker. Alduin could never. I'm eating an Italian beef right now with fucking fries. That's a sick-ass dragon. It really is. I love just the duality between the fuck and now it gets lightning because fuck you, the explosions and the fire weren't enough. Now, if they really wanted to make this boss a fuck you, they should have given it the powers of all of the, like, area bosses that we defeated previously. Like the water one, where it can, like, create a typhoon. Fuck, that's not the right number of letters. I'm gonna be so fucking real with you, T-Rex. Counting is not exactly something easy to do right now. Because if I stop moving, I will die. And while I may not be the best at this game, that doesn't mean I don't want to try and maximize my rewards and get a deathless run. Done so much already. Just give me your ass cheeks. Let me skin your ass cheeks, boyo. That is redacting the name of the made-up country. Made-up country. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, good on ya. The one that starts with an F. I don't wanna be French. I don't wanna be French. I don't wanna be French. Caught in your bad romance. romance. I want your bad romance. Rah, rah, oh. Roma, Roma, God, I want your bad romance. I want your ugly, I want your disease. I want your everything as long as it's free. I want your love. Love, 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 I want your love. I want your psycho, your vertical shtick. I want you in my room when your baby is sick. I want your love. Love, 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 I want your love. I want your love and my love is revenge. You could write a bad romance. Oh, 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 oh. Caught in a bad romance. As much as I want to sing more, I'm a little bit afraid to fully send it because I am not in my usual studio, which means that there is no soundproofing and the neighbors are closer here. Joke's on you, I've never been in any romance. Same. Romance was never really something I kind of vibed with. Relationships and stuff are hard. I've always prioritized more like academics and things like that, which I don't really regret, to be honest. It's more just like a, maybe it would have been cool, maybe not, who knows. Give me this, give me your material before I run out of time. Yeah, so, Wyveria, ancient, super powerful kingdom, you ain't shit. If their entire country fell to something we just beat the shit out of in the span of... a little under 20 minutes. Romance is fleeting, academic prowess is forever. Ooh, I wish, but no. The further into your academic career you get, the more you realize that your reward for doing well in school is more school. I haven't found someone that I want to put myself out there like that for. That's fair. Especially in today's world where it's hard to get financially stable and all of that, that, you know, are kind of what I consider requirements for a good, healthy relationship. Can you feel the change? The way the wind blows. The endemic life has returned. Things are different. The calamity has been averted, and my balls are itchy. I need a shower.
Tashin! Tashin!
My boy!
Aww. I know I shit on Nada a lot this episode, but you have to remember that he is a kid that is experiencing all this new stuff that, frankly, he should not have to. Most people in this world are not like hunters. We are a different fucking breed.
Tashin, we can choose. Arkfeld chose too. It found its own way to live. So did other Guardians.
Okay, dog. Still
now,
on that.
It's time for the
That's a big
Keepers
reason
to
too,
step away
because
from
if I'm in
duty
a relationship, I want to be
and
as
truly
financially
live.
stable as them and be able to give them nice things from time to time. Yeah, I want to be able to go out and do things with them instead of both of us kind of like saving pennies and all of that in order to get by. I want to be comfortable enough that, you know, I can not necessarily take care of both of us, but be in a position where we're able to do fun things. But, you know, as things are right now, I don't feel like I'm in that position, so it's hard to put myself out there with dating and everything. Yeah, be comfortable. Yeah, exactly. And the snow is melting in Wyveria. The seasons have normalized. We have literally changed the way this continent? Unclear. This region operates. Because previously the seasons were all out of whack and unnatural phenomenon were occurring because of Xochitl stealing life force from the Dragon's Torch. But now that we have eliminated Xochitl, the energy is flowing properly through the land. Oh god, it's the little chickens! I love the secret babies. Yo, look at those ants. I love all the little critters and stuff that, while you don't really fight them, they put so much thought into, like, the ecosystems and stuff in this world. And how the people who aren't hunters interact with the world. I really do. Well, this game's story is kind of basic and... hey, Rove. It's not that in-depth for an RPG. I think that the world that they crafted is incredibly unique in how it's made. Because it's not made like with all these old gods and we have to save the world and overthrow the kingdom and all of that, but rather just we are a part of this world and it will continue moving forward whether we're here or not. And all we really do is prevent some form of disaster from occurring. We're never really operating on the scale of, like, your typical JRPG character. We are just a hunter who hunts monsters. And while we do some cool shit, especially in this game, seeing as usually you don't take on something as powerful in lore as Xochitl, the series has always had that sort of more grounded aspect to it that I appreciate. And I think it really helps with the world, I think it sets it apart and makes it feel more fun. So, Monster Hunter is a series that I, again, came late to, as with most things, but as soon as I picked it up and really found a playstyle that matched with me, that's something else they have, is there are so many playstyles. But once I found what clicked with me, instantly I was like, oh no, this is fun. Because it's just finding creative ways to deal with a beautiful environment, well crafted and thought out, but also what is essentially just a boss fight. And you don't have to do crazy runbacks or anything like that in order to try again. So, while the Souls series is one of my favorites, I think this is the ideal, like, boss fight or boss rush game, whatever you want to call it, where you only fight bosses. I think this is how you do it, and I think it really shines on its own. So I'm happy that this series has continued and only gotten more popular as it's gone. Yeah, and it gets regular free updates with new monsters, but eventually they're going to release the expansion for it, which will basically just double to triple the size of the game for, like, half the cost. So, it's always a good investment, in my opinion. But if you wait till, like, a year after the expansion drops, usually they'll sell you both the base game and the expansion for like $60, and it's great. Yeah, Monster Hunter, I love the series. Wilds is easily the best in it, in terms of story and environments. The only one that really gives it a run for its money is Monster Hunter World, just for the sheer number of monsters in it. Rise is pretty good as well. I love the mobility in it with the wire bugs, which basically just let you grapple on thin air. But I think this is definitely the most well thought out game so far, and yeah. Ugh. I'm glad I could share this bit with you. And make no mistake, while this is the end of the game, it's not really the end of the story. We're only just getting started. Because while we solved the mystery of the land, that doesn't mean that everything is good now. Because now the ecosystem has changed again, because now the weather has normalized how it was supposed to be, meaning that things are going to go back to how they were supposed to be, which nobody alive knows what that means, because the last time it was normal was over 1,000 years ago, back when Wyveria was still around. So we got new monsters, we got new equipment, now it's the mysteries of the sky. The mystery dungeons of the sky. Is the game fucking over? Yes and no, Eris. As I was saying, this game is kind of like Okami, in that we have finished the first arc. We still have a lot to go on, but yes, you missed the really cool part of the game where we fought Arkfeld, and then the actual cool-ass boss with a lot of lore implications and stuff. But we aren't done. There is still a lot to go. typically in Monster Hunter, the story is kind of like just a tack on. It's not really a main interesting part of the game. It gives a little bit of lore for the world, and then the real kind of meat of the game is in the like a massive end game of just unlocking tons of monsters and equipment and playing with friends and stuff online, and just how insane the mechanics can get. But this, as I said, this is the first game in the series that really went all in on the story, and I think they did a really good job with it. Because previously, the last game, Monster Hunter Rise, it was essentially, okay, so monsters go crazy sometimes, and like they have like a stampede of monsters that happens occasionally, and there's this one really big monster in it that's bad. Can you like get stronger and then fight that? And so you do, and then it's like, oh, cool. And then you get to fight all of the crazy stuff. But Zoshia is what we call a Elder Dragon, a monster in this world that defies logic or understanding. How you doing this evening, you silly gastropod? T-Rex says to Eris. Eris has apparently chugged a whole cup of tea. Good fucking god. Oh, hey, it's our boss.
Found the Keeper's village and unraveled the mystery of the White Wraith. They even managed to see the boy home safe. Truly impressive.
Old man time. Well, you better get ready for more
However,
old man time.
To learn that it was artificial life.
The Guardian Arkveld scoured the land for a more lucrative energy source. By absorbing the properties of those sources, it was able to achieve a higher state of living.
Can you take me
after learning
higher?
It became unable to control its intake of wyvern milk. Intoxicated by the
Damn,
surplus
this
of energy,
wyvern milk
it
got me
descended
acting
into
up.
madness.
There are elves.
These were the findings of the
They're called
expedition.
Wyverians.
Yes,
but yes.
This report has just come in.
To a place where blind men see. Regular mug with green tea? Hell yeah.
Wyveria's ultimate guardian, Zoshia, awoke from its resting place.
But yeah, Wyveria was an ancient, powerful country that was destroyed, and then their descendants are Wyverians, which are basically elves.
Cognizant of the long-term repercussions.
They have longer lifespans and are more in tune with nature. So yeah, they are literally just fucking elves.
A life-altering end.
We still have quite a few questions about what's happening to Doc.
Just as Alma said.
Hey Doc, what do you call a Batman that skips church?
Something else.
I don't know, what do you call it?
Sir, if I may. Why do you think the people of Wyveria created the Guardians?
Slave
For
labor?
what purpose would they endanger themselves with monsters like Zoshia?
Sacrilegious.
I dare not dishonor them.
Christian Bale. Or would it be a bailing Christian?
The details require finesse.
That's better than I thought it would be, not gonna lie.
Between East and West. The Guild, I know, is eager to open communications with the Forbidden Lands.
No.
No.
We will hold off. Should that branch be extended, it must be from them.
Oh my god, the white people not wanting to set up their own base and
energy. upon which
start
an entire
moving
ecosystem
into someone else's
depends.
land
They
immediately.
intend
Anything to get a
continue their
laugh.
research on it.
Hell
And
yeah.
the artificial monsters.
I will stoop to any
While it's
low
safe
if
for
it
now, the Dragon
makes
Torch and Guardians are in a
people
precarious balance.
giggle.
There are worries surrounding its artificial nature.
My take is this. Both mankind and their creations play a role in the ecosystem.
Yeah.
If nothing
Wait,
else,
white people don't want to colonize?
nature
I've never
will
thought I'd
always
see the day,
surpass
right?
Humanity's expectations. This expedition was not seen through without failure.
Artificial monster is what I call my Pentis.
But so long as there are hunters,
What's a Pentis, Eris?
we can handle whatever may come.
Doc just calls this Frank. No, actually. Oh god, this is gonna be a fun story. So when I was like 5,
Is it true?
my parents were watching Jersey Shore.
Come on.
I don't know why he just keeps calling it that. It's the dangly thing in your back of your throat, the pentis, not the uvula. But so my parents were watching Jersey Shore when I was like 5, and there was an episode where one of the characters called like his penis Moby Dick, and I remember my parents like trying to explain the joke to me. Oh, hold on, this is important.
It's Arkveld's.
One,
Will to live always finds a way.
Nata is
From one generation to the next.
wearing guild attire now. And 2, life, finds a way. Despite the fact that they supposedly could not reproduce, somehow Arkveld has left an egg behind that is hatched. So, literally Jurassic Park. Yeah, and those motherfuckers apparently breed like rabbits, because we're gonna have to kill so many fucking Arkvelds now. Like, it goes from there being 1 to just, like, they're just a pest. They're everywhere. But, JP on top. Yeah, but as I was saying about Jersey Shore, my parents were trying to explain the joke to me.
Good morning.
And clearly I didn't understand what was so funny about him calling his penis Moby Dick, as in the great white whale. Instead, I thought, oh, it's normal for people to name their penis. So, that night, I walk to take my shower in my parents' room, and I walk out without my towel. I stand there in the hero pose, hands on my hips, legs spread, and I just look down and I just go, his name is Tank. So there I was to my parents, exclaiming that I have named my wiener Tank, which they are dying laughing from. Yeah, and they have never let me forget that my penis does have a name, and it's Tank. And I was so proud of it as a 5-year-old. Oh my god, that story is near and dear to my heart, because it's just like something that, yes, I would absolutely do as a kid, and it's so stupid, but I kind of love that side of me. Well, it's great to meet Tank. No, don't. Great. Great. Now that's just out there and people are gonna start referencing, yeah, so I just brought my tank out. Women, when I introduce them to the tank. Great.
Hi.
Anyways, that is it for the base game story. There is plenty more. Helldivers isn't going to be the same. What, with everyone riding my tank? What's so wrong with riding my tank, T-Rex? I know you're jealous. You just want to hop on, play with the cannon.
Special event. Get the news here.
But yeah, that is it for the base game. Is Tank a first name or a family name? It's a title. It's a designation, really. You hold your tank gangster style? Exactly. Because Killdozer would be a fun addition. No, I agree. Killdozer is... unfortunately, at 5 years old, I didn't know about Killdozer. Otherwise, I would absolutely probably have called my penis Killdozer. But Tank was what I thought was cool at the time, and I still think is pretty fucking badass. How many people do you know with a penis named Tank? That's right, just one. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for the night while I still have some brain cells. We will continue with the story next time. But in the meantime, later this week, tomorrow I believe we're going to try and play more of The Forest. At 5 years old, you didn't know about a man's intensely personal vendetta against his town. How dare, right? See y'all later. But this week we have a few more things on the schedule. We're going to continue with The Forest. We'll be back with Helldivers soon, but I am currently waiting for a new update that will be World War I focused, in a way, which I think will be a ton of fun. So, look forward to that. We'll be playing more Monster Hunter solo, and then the other game we've got going on is Nier Replicant, so now that things have kind of calmed down in my life, I should be getting back into the regular swing of things. I look forward to having you guys hear more. Anyways, if you guys had a good time, maybe consider liking, commenting, subscribing, the things that you guys always hear people ask for on YouTube. We live in a hellscape, and it really does help me grow and try and build a community of people. So, I'd really appreciate if you guys would do that. In the meantime, the only thing that I can really ask you to do with intensity or with, like, sincerity is for you guys to take care of yourselves, your health, your mental health, all of that. Remember to like and subscribe, or Doc will name your penis Tank. Like, comment, and subscribe for more genitalia naming. Great, I'm so glad this is... I'm not gonna regret sharing this story. No, I can already tell. It's gonna be fun times. Alright, but for real, take care, guys. Good night. I'll see you later.